Oh boy. Oh, you want from people? Let me ask you a few questions. Are you stressed for final this week? Are you worried when all this current will be over? Or heck, are you even going crazy because of family members? Well, congratulations. Welcome to quarantine. Now let me ask you another bunch of questions. Have you been curious about the past? What will get on the finals next week? Or maybe, heck, when even this current stuff will go over? Or maybe, just maybe, she'll respond to your text. Welcome to Arcana Adventures, the one-off that will tell you fortune at a moment's notice. Always correct, at a moment's notice as well.
That's right, Arcana Adventure AR. The newest game by Arcana team will redefine how fortunes are told. It's just like normal fortune telling, but in a brand new experience. You want a game with breathtaking graphics, that's right, never before seen graphics that'll even make an Asian squint. Created by Tuan Pham and Abu Bengra, picking and shuffling cards has never been so easy to look at. Voice acting that will rock your world. Kayla and her group provide voice acting that will revolutionize how fortunes are told.
Loon. As a child, you are bound by your parents' belief system. As an adult, free yourself from
The High Priestess. You seem like the quiet type. Is it because you're keeping
death. All good things must eventually come to an
Want to become a tarot master? Learn the meaning of all 22 tarots with our history scene, with original art by Rachel Yang and information by Ariana Mills. Never before has been a tarot master been so satisfying. Never before seen that can have finally entered our world thanks to AR. Wield each arcana's power and manifest their forms. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and so much more. Will you be able to collect all the Arcana cards and unlock their true power?
Not only will you learn about the past, present, and even the future, you'll be in touch with the tarot's fates. So remember to copy a copy of Arcana Adventures down today for 50,000 bells. Not only that, we'll throw in these nifty AR cards for about 80,000 bells. Copy a copy of Arcana Adventures down today.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Anton, and on behalf of my team members Abu Bangura, Ariana Mills, Tuan Pham, and Rachel Yang, I'm here to introduce our project, Arcana Adventures AR. The purpose of our application was to create a fortune-telling AR game. For centuries, many cultures have been interested in predicting the future. One of the most common forms of fortune-telling is the tarot deck. Each card contains a meaning that, when paired with other cards, can create a story that represents your future. For our program, we focused on just the major arcana, since those are the most famous cards of the tarot deck. Of course, our program doesn't actually predict the future, but we hope many people can enjoy the feeling of getting their fortune told. We also added a feature that allows for users to read the history and meaning of each card if they so happen to be curious. A big feature we wanted to add was AR. While this program doesn't do anything revolutionary with the concept, we hope you can enjoy seeing representations of the Arcana come alive. We thought this would be an interesting feature to add to the tarot deck experience. When designing this product, we created a list of 5 user stories to help guide us. The first one is, when I open the app, I need to see a clear menu with instructions so I know how the application works. From the user's perspective, this means that we need to design a menu when the game starts. This includes a start button, instruction button, and quit button. We also need to add functions to the buttons to move between scenes. And we also want a history of cards button and find royalty-free music and sound effects so it'll immerse the player more. Our second user story is, as a user, I want the start button to move me to the gameplay where I can shuffle the deck by pressing the shuffle button. The features associated with this user story is setting up the gameplay screen, the create a deck function, create shuffle function, create a pick function that has animations, and to create 2D art. The third user story is, as a user, I want to view the history and meaning of individual tarot cards. This associates with setting up the history screen, displaying 22 cards facing down on the table with the display function, creating a database to store historical content that includes the card ID, histories, past, present, and future quotes. To create quotes for past, present, and future for every card, And when I click on a specific card, it will display the history with the reveal function, which can get info from the database. Our fourth user story is, after shuffling the deck, I can pick 3 cards to display my past, present, and future stories. This includes creating a spread function, designing a card class, where each card has 4 associated dialogues for history, past, present, and future. When we click on a card, depending on if it's in the gameplay or history screen, it will display the corresponding story. We have to update the pick function to restrict only 3 cards at a time, and finally, creating a collect button, which is associated with the pick button that is associated with picking 3 cards. Our fifth and final user story is, as a user, I want to see my major arcana and AR along with the arcana's meanings. This includes 3D models used for the major arcana, real cards getting scanned from the camera, and displaying 3D models and the associated meaning on the camera. When the user first opens the program, they will see a menu which contains info on how to play the game, an options menu to modify resolution, volume, and to toggle full screen on and off, a button to take you to the history screen, a button to take you to the gameplay screen, and finally, the AR button to switch to AR mode. At the history screen, the meaning and history for all 22 major arcana cards will be shown. It's also important to note that we have custom art made by our artist Rachel for this game. When we enter the gameplay screen, we are faced with 22 arcana cards face down on a table. We may pick only 3 of these cards, and when pressing the collect button, will be taken to a screen where each card's associated fortune will be told to you. Depending on which cards were selected by the user in which order, we will get the past, present, and future quotes for each card. Now, I'm going to let Abu talk about the AR portion of the project.
Hey, my name is Abu Bengra, and I developed the AR functionality. The AR functionality works like this. You just put the card in front of the screen, original art by Rachel Yang, by the way, and then you just press a button to show its information and its model as well.
The Lovers. Throughout your life, you met kindred spirits. Keep these people close to your heart.
Justice. Continue to pour your hard work into everything.
Fate Empress. It's very hard to read your future. There's like a huge wall blocking its path. You need to push it past the blockade, otherwise your future will be dull.
Temperance. As a child, you love to consume large quantities of candy. Dial back the consumption.
The world, procrastination is not a cure. Beware the notion.
Welcome to the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for a change of pace. Welcome to the Wheel of Fortune. If you continue to be stuck in the past, the Hermit. Though it is good to be alone in moderation.
Fate Empress. I see a child in your future. You are a very proud parent. Trust me, hips don't lie.